Well, our next guest is a Team Trump insider who had this to say on Sunday. If the GOP loses the Senate, it's not because candidates ran with Donald Trump, but because they ran from him. No time for wimps and wusses. Joining me now, Fox News contributor and former presidential candidate, not a wimp, nor a wuss, Governor Mike Huckabee. Great to see you, Gov. So let's just start with someone, wimp, wuss, or something else. Jason Chaffetz, who, after that Access Hollywood tape broke, came out and said, I'm done, and withdrew his endorsement of Donald Trump. And yet, tonight, he tweeted out, I will not defend or endorse Donald Trump, but I am voting for him. Hillary Clinton is that bad.
Well, she is that bad. I mean, what we've learned and what even your earlier guests talked about.
Is he a wimp? Is he a wuss? What is he? So he's withdrawing the endorsement.
He's beginning to gain a little spine. The fact that he's at least going to vote right. Look, any Republican, anybody who understands how corrupt the Clintons are, who gets it, that she is surrounded by people who have never told her no. She sets up a private email server. She lies to Congress. She destroys evidence that's under subpoena. She treats foreign governments like they're a piggy bank for the Clinton Foundation to make her family rich. She violates the law whenever she wants to. She knows she's not going to get caught. She uses the government agencies like the FBI and the IRS like her own personal toys to go after political opponents. Good gosh, Megyn, is there any Republican who has breath left who could stand back and let that happen without doing everything they can to stop it? And the only roadblock in the way to that level of corruption that would forever taint our government is Donald Trump. Like him or not, he's the shot we've got, and we'd better get behind him with energy.
Well, that's the question, you know, do they like him better than they like her? They don't seem to like either one of them.
They better.
You know,
they better.
But let me ask you whether you think Trump is doing what he ought to be doing in these last 13 days. He came under some fire today for being at the opening of the old post office, a building, you know, he's put a lot of money into and a lot of work into, and he was like, hey, I deserve a day to go, but he came under significant criticism for wasting half a day we only have 13 days left. Do you agree?
You know, it's nonsense. If Donald Trump had gone into some type of cathedral to pray, laid on his face and prayed out loud to God for 2 hours, the people would have said he was wasting his time because God wouldn't hear him. Look, these people who are criticizing him for opening his hotel are nonsense. Let me tell you what that hotel represents. It's about the only thing in Washington, D.C. that actually works. It's one of the few things in that city that was ever brought in under budget and on time. Nothing else in that town works. If nothing else, it's a great way for Donald Trump to say, just like I built this hotel, that's how I'm going to lead this country because I know how things are supposed to work. We need somebody who will be that champion.
There was a remarkable exchange outside of the event involving, just want to explain this, so there was an anti-Trump protester who took on the daughter of a U.S. veteran over the U.S. flag. Watch this.
My father fought for this country in the Army. This is a disgrace. This is right. You want to know why? That flag. I'm standing up for the American flag. The American flag. Stands for the American flag. That flag is bull. What is the truth behind that flag? What does it mean to you? An imperfect nation that lives together. You're trying to say it's a God-given nation. It's a nation that was taken from its native people. So how is it a God-given nation? It is God-given. It's not. You took it. You took it.
Thoughts on that?
You know, it just stuns me that somebody who grew up in this country could believe that we are what that latte-sipping idiot must have been thinking when she said that.
Tell us how you really feel.
Gosh, Megyn. Look, I'm a person who has grown up living the American dream. I worked my butt off to get through college. Nobody in my family, no male upstream from me had ever graduated high school. I love this country because I understand that I'm living on one of the few places on God's given planet in which a person like me, growing up like I did, could live the life I've been able to live. But I didn't live it by going and screaming and burning the flag. I did it by respecting this country and especially appreciating the men and women who shed their blood so I could live with liberty, freedom, and opportunity and take advantage of it. My gosh, what's happened to this country? What are we teaching these people if they don't have at least a modicum of appreciation for what these veterans have done to make us free. God help us if there are many people who think like that idiot.
So you're not, you're going to put you down in the not a fan category for the sentiment she was expressing. And before I let you go, can I just ask you one more? So much emotion, right? She felt it deeply.
Sure.
And we've seen that, we see that in the country right now. You know, left versus right, blue versus red, Hillary versus Trump, and the supporters on both sides. It always gets especially bad right before the elections. 2012 the same, 2008 the same. Do you feel it too? And do you think whoever wins, there will be a healing? Or is this especially divisive this year?
It is especially divisive, but the healing comes if we have a leader who will start fixing things and start bringing equality back. Why I worry about Hillary is not about her being a Democrat. Look, I've known Hillary a long time. I know exactly how this election is coming to the end because I've seen it, I've lived it, I've experienced it, and that's what scares me. Here's what I want. Whether it's Trump, and I hope to God it is, but the fact is, I believe Donald Trump understands the people out there in America who swing hammers, stand on concrete floors, deliver 4 plates up and down their arm to a table of diners. I think Donald Trump has at least an appreciation for the people who do the work that often is neglected. I don't think Hillary could give a rip about the people who are out there lifting heavy things and getting their hands dirty and greasy. She looks at them as the great unwashed, people unworthy of her, other than to be put in her basket of deplorables.